Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece anime episode 806, and Whole Cake is starting to get good now. This was a really good episode, I thought. At least my thoughts on it, and you can see where Toei is starting to change some things that I think are for the better, and they have been for the past few weeks, and it's sort of been building up. And that's the thing about this arc too. I'm not going to spoil anything from the manga, but I will say that in my opinion, there are a lot of things about this arc that people have liked a lot more than me. I think in general, a lot more. The basic One Piece fan base as a whole has been more positive about this arc than I have. But one thing that I will say for certain is that this arc started out a little bit messy, and then it just keeps getting better and better. Which is why I think arcs like Zou were better, because Zou from start to finish was super well written and really good. But that doesn't change the fact that this arc gets really good. It keeps progressing and getting better, and though there are some low points that weren't there in Zou, there are a lot of high points as well. And I think we're moving towards that. We're getting through the sort of slower, messier stuff into the, well, not really the climax, not even nearly close to the climax, because we still have a long way to go, but we're getting into a lot more exciting and more emotional stuff. And I think, at least for this episode, and at least the past couple of weeks, it looks like Toei is slowly starting to step things up as well. And like I said, making those choices that I have some positive things to say about. One quick negative, though, I will say, that shouldn't we be getting a new opening soon? Like, this opening, I think, it was good when it started. It was very much a Zou opening, and I know that after a while they switched up some of the scenes from Zou to Whole Cake, but yeah, we very much need a new opening. I don't think we get new openings. It's not like a big, huge deal, but you know openings are a big thing for me in anime, but we don't get a new opening like nearly as often as I feel we should, and I really think we need a new one soon. But one great thing that far, far outweighs us having the same old opening is that the past like 3 or 4 episodes, that little annoying thing that they've done ever since the beginning of the time skip, where they tell us the obvious information that people should know by episode 800 some about One Piece, like the basic characters' names, that it really bothers me, because it makes, like, you could do a recap in a way that doesn't make fans feel stupid, and it feels really stupid when they do that. But the past 3 or 4 episodes, they haven't done that, and really the past few episodes there's been pretty much no recap either. And even then, this episode had the longest recap in a good few episodes, and it was not bad at all, not nearly as bad as it's been in the past. But we continue on the episode after seeing Sanji and Reiju for a little bit. Nothing important there, really. We see Luffy and Cracker, the battle of attrition, sort of coming to a close, where Cracker's still just creating more soldiers and Luffy continues to eat them, and it's just a battle to see who runs out of energy first. But then Luffy activates Gear 4th Tank Man, his second Gear 4th form that we've ever seen. We had Bound Man back in Dressrosa, and then earlier in the Cracker fight, now we have Tank Man. And it's basically just a big tanky version of Gear 4th. A Gear 4th that, even though he mentioned before that Cracker had the strongest armament haki he'd ever been up against, Cracker couldn't cut through it. And it's because of the Gear 4th quality that we saw in the Doflamingo fight, where it took the qualities of both being hard to cut or hard to destroy because of the armament haki, but also being able to absorb impact like rubber, of course, with the Gumma Gumma no Mi. So I like that. So he basically ends it by just sucking Cracker into his stomach and shooting him out with the Gumma Gumma no Cannonball, and it looked great. I wasn't expecting this final blow to Cracker to be as exciting in the anime as it was, but I really liked it. Just Cracker sent flying, just seeing him mow through all the trees, just a forest worth of trees, fly through like 2 mountains. It was great, and all of the living things, like the living trees and stuff, dying as he flew through them. It was actually a really good scene and showed the impact of it. So then basically he just smacks into the side of the Whole Cake Chateau and is found by some siblings. And right before he's found by the siblings, actually, during the flying sequence, right before he smacks into the side of the chateau, we have a report going into Big Mom that Commander Smoothie is there and Commander Katakuri is on the way. So now we know that there are 3 sweet commanders, so we see that we had Cracker and then her other 2, sort of like how Kaido has his 3 calamities. We have Cracker, Smoothie, and Katakuri are the 3 commanders of Big Mom. So we have their names now. And we've seen Cracker kind of get beaten a little bit, even though he was totally a match above Luffy. He was beaten, well, basically because of Nami, in my opinion. Because if Nami didn't have the ability to, I guess 3 things. The ability to control the homies helped a little bit, but really the important thing, the ability to soften Cracker's biscuit powers, and the ability to, the strategy to be able to maneuver Luffy in a way that he could win. So I give that victory to Nami. So Cracker flies into the chateau. The 3 siblings that find him are 3 of her ministers, so we do get to learn more about ministers of Big Mom's crew. We have Mont Dore, the cheese minister, Opera, the cream minister, and Galette, the butter minister, and oh boys. But then back to Luffy, and then Luffy deflates from Gear 4th, and he's actually smaller than he was before because it consumes a bunch of energy and all of that, but because he has all that food and he's consuming the energy so quickly, he's quickly going back to normal. He's quickly healing up. Nami celebrates their victory from beating a commander, which is really important for Nami, I think. This is one of the cooler things Nami has done in a while. Nami, King Bomb, and Pound are actually pretty fun together. I like the interactions between them. We get explanations from Pound that Big Mom uses her power to control the weather, and we get to learn about Zeus the Thundercloud and Prometheus the Sun, sort of pieces of her soul that are always with her. Luffy then, he says that he's been through so much to see Sanji, to get to Whole Cake and go through all this at Whole Cake, that he's not going to give up and turn back. He still needs to see Sanji. And it was a really great speech that he had. Then we move into, all of that was animated well and had good music in the background, a good OST going. But when we moved to the Chopper and Carrot scene, it seems like the animation took a tiny little jump even higher here. And the Chopper and Carrot scene was great. They're still running. They see Sanji and Reiju through the mirror. I love the scene. It was actually really sort of tense and had good emotion to it that I wasn't really expecting here. Sanji is led out to his carriage by a celebration. And that scene was really great too. It was done really well and looked good. I loved the animation and how it took just a tiny little jump up, and the suspense between Sanji and his family, and Sanji having to do this, having to put on the robe and become a prince and step into the carriage. The OST was great as he was doing it as well. And next week, the promos for next week, it said Luffy and Sanji Part 1, but I heard that it's going to be a 1-hour special next week, so I think we're going to have 1 hour. We're going to get Part 1 and Part 2, 807 and 808, both in the same night, which is going to be great. I'm actually very, very hyped. I haven't been this hyped for the One Piece anime in a good few months. Good few weeks at least, maybe a good few months. But I'm really, really hyped for it. So for this episode as a whole, for normal One Piece, I thought it was really great. I thought the animation was definitely up. And the Tank Man and that whole battle ending was done really well. I think it was a step up from the rest of what was going on. Nami and Luffy beat a commander, which is very important. And we got to learn more about Big Mom's ministers, at least a little bit. We got to learn 3 of their names and what minister they are. We also got to learn the names of the other 2 commanders. And not only did, after all of the Luffy fight stuff, we get jumps to the Carrot and Chopper scene and the Sanji scene, but both of those scenes were really good. So not only do I have no complaints, but I thought that this was one of the better episodes we've had in a little bit. We've had good episodes. I've thought that Luffy versus Cracker in general, though it's dragged on a little bit, I thought it's been generally pretty good. But this is definitely the best episode we've had in a little bit. And as such, of course it isn't perfect, but it was really good, really above average even for One Piece. I'm actually going to give it a really good score. 9. 9 butter ministers, 9 tank men. I don't know. 9 out of 10 though. 9 cat-drawn carriages. What is that? So yeah, 9 out of 10. I like this. I like this episode a lot. And not only do I like this a lot, but I'm still riding on that high, just excited that we're getting the Luffy versus Sanji stuff we see in the promo and the title of the episode, but also that if it is true that it's a 2-part, 1-hour special, I'm going to be so happy. Because that's a really cool way to do it, and it makes it feel even more special, so I'm so excited for that. That makes it even better. So if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this episode and what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more One Piece, both anime and manga, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. That's it. If you want a link to our Discord server, just ask and I'll give you one. We're going to be picking 3 new anime next season to cover on the channel, so if you have any suggestions for that, just ask. And also I kind of want to do some videos, maybe with some people that watch my videos, sort of discussions and stuff, like group discussions, and if you want to be part of that, I would suggest just joining the Discord. That's probably the only or best way to do it, since I'm going to be talking to people in Discord calls probably. So yeah, I guess that's it. So either way, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to say for this video. But thank you once again for watching. So I'll see you all next time.